Wake up! Hey!
Miss Asuka?
Hey everyone. Today I'll be reviewing an anime called My Instant Death, Ability is So Overpowered. Now, I'll admit I had a love-hate relationship with this particular anime,
Oh my god.
which I'll explain shortly. But first, let's get the key aspects of the story out of the way, which, believe me, won't take very long. Essentially, the main protagonist, Yogiri Takatu, wakes up on a school bus during a field trip, only to find his female classmate, Tomochika Denura, standing in front of him. Lost, confused, and confounded, he doesn't really panic at all, only to discover the entire classroom he traveled with are either dead or missing, with only the two of them still alive, and appear to be in another world. Yogiri himself has always had a unique ability, and yup, you probably guessed it too, which is none other than an instant death ability. This enables him to instantaneously wipe out anyone whom he deems a threat, or anyone whom he senses to be a direct threat towards him specifically. So, no matter where he goes or what he does, if someone threatens his life, they are automatically wiped out before even getting a chance to attack or fire a weapon off. Now this is where I start having some minor and major issues with the plot itself. Its characters, how they initially react upon arrival in a fantasy world, and the explanation of how and why everything works, never mind, came into being. First off, let's start by having a quick look at when the classroom full of students arrives in this world, which, quite frankly, I don't even recall what it's called, at all. And if you don't believe me, then just look it up on Wiki and try to find descriptions of the actual world they're in, its kingdom, and its politics. And quite honestly, I still haven't fully figured out what a sage is either, nor what it is they actually do other than bully potentially gifted would-be heroes around, which are all too willing and eager to dismiss their old lives, friends, and family without a second thought, and all in the name of newfound powers. From a fantasy writer's point of view, I can't help but be a little critical of the anime adaptation, given how little is actually explained. For instance, why are normal people from another world suddenly given such unique gifts, or powers in the first place, that the locals can't acquire on their own? How does the magic system even work? Why would these students just go along with their agenda without ever rebelling, scheming, or flat out refusing to help at all? Would a classroom full of students realistically just abandon their fellow classmates at the first sign of trouble, leaving them to die because they deem them suddenly useless, just save their own lives? I mean, seriously, how would they live with themselves afterwards in hindsight? You see, these are the kinds of things fantasy writers actually think about. And when a light novel is adapted to an anime and suddenly becomes visual, these particular aspects are that much clearer and more relevant than ever before. And truth be told, I found the main protagonist Yogiri's backstory on Earth even more interesting than the current ongoing plot itself, simply because so many things weren't really clicking into place in the here and now. It just felt like audiences had to turn their thinking caps off and just go along with it rather than current events making any kind of logical or actual sense. And even Yogiri's backstory didn't fully explain things either when all was said and done. I'm sure in the light novel series, all of this is probably explained in clearer detail, but the anime adaptation just didn't cover the vital information I needed and wanted to know in order to develop a real rapport with the main protagonist himself. Never mind his fellow classmates, all of which I didn't really care about or empathize with at all. Even Tomochika, who, instead of staying by Yogiri's side later in the story, chooses to join everyone else, even after they quite literally stabbed both of them in the back early on, which to me made no sense at all. And then there is, of course, Yogiri's unique ability, which more or less allows him to steamroll over anything or anyone in his path. So, with that said, does he really learn, grow, and adapt to the world around himself?
Die now.
Hilarious! What could die possibly do? Your vocabulary is so minuscule, it's unbelievable.
Kinda get the giggle there.
you!
Oh my god.
He is dead because I told him to die now. How hard can it be to figure it out? So don't move.
He got you to know!
Die now.
Or is he simply one-shotting everything in sight without evolving at all as a character simply because he quite literally cannot relate to anyone else because he's on such an epic power level? These do beg some interesting questions, but if you're willing to hang your thinking cap up, maybe you'll find an overpowered protagonist with an unusual backstory entertaining to watch. So if that's the case, then by all means give it a go, but don't expect any kind of miracles here, nor logical resolutions that make actual sense. Peace out.
Oh yeah,
Did something just come to mind?
when the dragon came, you came over and then grabbed me. Your boobs were really nice and soft.